Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Steve and Dan Show. We've got another great episode here for you. Last week, we had a really cool event where we were in Toronto. At least the three of us were. The three of us were, Dan, Jaclyn, myself, for an SFM event. And it's really great to be able to connect the way we do online like this, but it's even better when we can do it in person and really build those personal relationships. So if there's ever an opportunity for you to do that sort of thing, I highly encourage it. It's just a fantastic way to kind of get your energy going and get connected with people, build those relationships. You learn so much just by being there. So I highly encourage doing that. Back up a little bit. My name's Steve. This is Dan. This is our guest, Jaclyn. Glad you guys are here. A little bit about me. I'm a husband, father, entrepreneur. I've built and grown several businesses over the years. And quite often I felt like those businesses were running me, owning me, like my customers ruled my life. The harder I worked, I could build a good business, but it felt like I wasn't able to spend time with my family. My business took all my time, and that's not why I built them. I was looking for that freedom. And I had to figure out something different. What had gotten me there, gotten me that success, was not going to get to where I ultimately wanted to be, which is to have the freedom to be with my family and do things with them. So I took a look around, I found the SFM, and decided to leverage the digital world so that I could get free, spend time with my family, and I'm just really loving this adventure and happy to be doing this. Dan, do you want to give us a little bit about you?
I would love to, Steve. So, hey everybody again. My name's Dan Holloway. I'm host to the Steve and Dan Show. I'm from the UK. Steve is from the US. And like he says, we've been in Toronto, Canada for the last week, which was awesome. So my background is in corporate software sales. I was doing really well, very successful, very good income off of what I was doing. But my wake-up call was reaching a point where I was looking for sort of higher paid, higher income sales roles in some of the big London software companies. And I suddenly realized that no income guy in the past had ever brought me real fulfillment. Once you hit that income, nothing would really change. Life would kind of stay the same. And therefore I thought, why was I trying to convince myself that an even higher income goal in the future was going to bring me fulfillment and so on and so forth? And so it's that moment I realized something had to change direction. And I discovered the SFM at that point. So the rest of my journey, if you've been following me or Steve for any length of time, you've probably got a rough idea of how it goes. But so today we're joined by Jaclyn, who, as Steve says, we both had the pleasure of meeting in Toronto. Probably the most excitable person I've ever met in my entire life. Don't know whether that was just the event or Jaclyn in general. We shall see, but she's awesome. So, Jaclyn, if you'd like to give a little bit of an overview of who you are, sort of what your background is before SFM, and then we can go from there.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jaclyn Rorick. I don't know if I can come off as eloquent as you guys because I have a lot of my past, so I could take up the whole show with my story, but to try to sum everything up. So I am 33 years old. I live in the suburbs of Philadelphia in the U.S. My name is Jaclyn. However, most people in the northeast of the U.S. don't have time to say Jaclyn or Jackie, so it's just Jack. So it's like Jack. But I've been in the hair industry now for about 18 years, and June 2nd was my last day at the salon, and I'm extremely excited about that. I got to a point in my career where it was kind of like, what's next? I'm not married. I don't have children. My parents are 60 years old, and they're they don't know what they're doing for retirement. They haven't planned. And I feel, it's my job to kind of take care of them. I have addiction in my history. So I have been sober now for 3 years. 3 years ago, my life was like absolutely in shambles. So that was my wake up call. I was dying from alcoholism, bulimia. And to say it's so harsh, like it does sound really harsh. Like I was dying, but I was. So that was my main wake-up call, and I started to realize that for me, like standing on my feet all day behind the chair really wasn't making me happy anymore. It was like living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't know, getting my life together and spending more time with family and friends, and really realizing what the true meaning of life is, what makes me happy. Start to dig deep. So that's what led me to SFM. Just wanting more time.
Awesome. That's great. And, you know, congratulations for being sober. Good job for keeping that up. I know that's not easy. So if you can rewind, you've been with the community about how long?
About 7 months now.
7 months. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can think back 7 months ago, what was your mindset at that point when you first came across the SFM? What were you looking for? Was there a particular problem you were looking to solve? Or, you know, just what were you thinking? Where was your head at that point?
I was honestly bored with life. About in September, I got a life coach because I just didn't know what to do. I was like, this is easy. You go to work 40 hours a week, you live within your means, and then that's it. And I'm like, I'm bored. And I am a very excitable person, you know, and I was living away from my family at the time. So I'm like, I would come home and sit by myself in my apartment and like, you know, just bored. So I wanted to just do more, be more, experience what else is out there. And a lot of things just come up on social media or your internet when you start researching one thing. Like I started researching affiliate marketing, for instance, and then I got Stuart Ross everywhere, you know, on my screen. Tony Robbins is another wonderful, wonderful motivational speaker that I watch and admire all the time. So he starts like the algorithms within our computers, like they start sending me all this stuff. So I just started, really, it was through that brought me to SFM because I was just looking for something different, something more. Who am I? What's my purpose? What's my reason? You know, I know that I'm good at hair, but I love the connection that I get with my clients. So I talk for a living, you know, like, so I'm sitting behind clients and really I'm like a therapist. And for all you women, like, you know that you tell your hairstylist everything. So I would hear things that like I shouldn't even hear. But you start to communicate with these people on a one-on-one, right? And I realized, I mean, the internet's so huge. I can communicate to, you know, millions and billions of people and get my story heard on a whole different level, you know, through the internet rather than standing, you know, being confined in a building for 8, 9 hours a day. It feels suffocating to me. You know, I want to be like out and I don't know, just out. Feels good.
So basically then, since you say about being bored with life, right? And I think a lot of people can at some stage relate to that.
Yeah.
So when you found SFM, did you know straight away that this was going to give you that ability to, you know, to really broaden your message, or was that something you discovered as you were going down this journey?
I had no clue when I first started what to expect. I didn't even know what an affiliate marketer was, you know, so I was learning all on that. And I thought that I was just going to learn marketing skills. I thought that I was going to learn like maybe how to build a website, or I really didn't know what was in store for me. This is completely different. So in my recovery, you know, of getting sober and eating disorder and everything, there's 12 steps. There's a lot of digging deep within yourself, like self-discovery and just, you know, really, really digging deep and getting rid of resentments and making amends with people and really finding who you are spiritually, mentally, physically. I've never felt healthier in my entire life now. SFM came in my recovery at like the perfect time. So this is all mindset work. Like, you know, I guess I was originally looking to make more money than I was making and have a portable business because I wanted to be able to see my family whenever I wanted, you know, so I can pick up and go. And that kind of, I mean, I guess it was money related, you know, a little bit. I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't. But now I'm in this forever because my mindset has changed so much. It's just like I have, you know, different areas of work that I'm doing on myself. And this is just adding to it. You know, it's like I find self-improvement wherever I go. And the SFM community is like, wow, there's actually normal people out there that want to work on themselves. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like Absolutely. People that aren't in recovery. Because like, you know, I have my recovery friends. And then I'm like, well, how do I hang out with people that aren't addicts? You know? Like, there are people out there that are not addicts that want to make their life better. You know, and this is where it's at. And then I feel a part of as well. So, you know, I have like my meetings that I go to, and then like here I have meetings. And it's like, wow, I see people from all over the country, like all over the world. Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
That's great. Yeah. So talking about change and how, I think a lot of people probably do come to it with the money mindset, and they're interested in making money. That's, definitely a viable option. I highly encourage people pursue that if that's where their heart is. But there is the other factor of developing yourself as an individual. And, within that, can you describe, it's only been 7 months, it's been a short time, but can you give us an idea of kind of the difference between Jaclyn 7 months ago and, Jack 7 months ago and Jack today? What have you seen as your progression or paradigm shift? Any things that have changed in perspective or knowledge?
The main thing, calmness of mind. So getting rid of that chatter. This book is amazing. The Power of Now.
Oh, no, yeah.
Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah.
I've listened.
Who's read it?
You what?
I said, who's read it?
Oh yeah, yes. Read and listened to, studied the book. I have the attention span of squirrel, so I read it while listening to it, and chapter, and then go back, and then I would listen to it while I'd be putting my makeup on in the morning. It's just a constant reminder to stay in here right now, because I can't do anything about the past, and the past molded me really. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am right now if it wasn't for that. However, in the future, I'm the future tripper. So I think constantly into the future, what's going to happen? Oh my God, finances. My biggest worry in life, has always been money. I don't know why. I made good money, but I don't know, that's just, I wake up, that's the first thing I think about. There's nothing that I can do in this very moment to predict what's going to happen in the future. So that book alone, that was the first book that I read when I started SFM, and I was like, I think I can do this. I think I like this place. This is a nice place to nice people to be around. So yeah, back to 7 months ago where I was compared to now, it's definitely calmness of mind. I sleep better. I know how to refocus myself, when I can hear that the thinker. So Eckhart Tolle talks about watching the thinker, basically the guy that is in our head, and I'm like, wait, you just have one guy? Because I got 17 up here. Really? I got a couple different dudes talking up here.
It's noisy up there, huh?
It's very noisy. And it doesn't stop. Because I read this book, it's not it stops. No, I'm aware of it now. My awareness is, oh my God, times 10. So then when you hang out with people that aren't on that level, it's nice to just watch them as well. And not without judgment. I can hear my ego judging them. It always wants to, nah. And I'm like, that's nice. And just kind of let things go. That's a thought. Okay, let it go. So really, I've had calmness of mind. The mentorship in this community has changed immensely for me because as outgoing as I am, I do get intimidated very fast by people that are higher up, right? So the people within our community, they're real people. They have they have beating hearts. They have working arms and legs, brains that work. We all experience the same feelings, happiness, sadness, anger, we're all human. So I think that for me, it has changed my confidence level in reaching out for help because I do have a huge ego and I'm like, nah, I got this, I can handle this myself. I realized within this community, it's giving me the confidence to reach out to other people that do have more experience than me. And it's not because they're better than me. They can teach me and they're willing to help. So, oh God, I could go on and on from 7 months ago till now. I can only imagine what the next 7 months are going to be. So I'm really excited.
That's great.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the power of now, not just as a book, but as a concept, it's when you really start to grasp it, it's so powerful because Justin Wolf, if you're involved in the SFM community already, you know Wolf. Hosts the Elite Mastermind. He hosts Wake Up Calls. He's a real big, big mentor in the community. And it was in Toronto after Jay Kubisek's birthday. We had a night out and we were talking. So it's the thing, the biggest breakthroughs you have are often not actually at the event, but they're talking to people outside of the event. So I realized I was still kind of future pacing fears, things like financial fears about what the way things might go if it didn't work out how I wanted, or how do I take on certain advice from someone, but at the same time not project it into the future, whether that's positive or negative. And I won't sort of go into this now because obviously, Jack, this is your call. It was just a real massive breakthrough about presence and about how to translate information that would help your future, but in a moment that is right now. And like, you know, that book, The Power of Now, is just absolutely awesome. So, okay, so 7 months in the community. Obviously, you know, I think you can tell just from anyone watching and listening to Jack, you can tell how exciting and how life-changing this is. So one question that I'm thinking is, you talked about your transition, you know, from addiction before. Now you've got your transition with SFM now. I mean, does it feel to you, does it feel like the same sort of transition? Does it feel like maybe one was a transition from a point of pain up to a level, or maybe SFM is now up to a point of creativity? Like, how would you describe that transition for anyone who might be suffering addiction or something like that?
And I'm so happy that you brought that up because it was extremely hard for me. Okay, in the past, anytime that I should start by this. I moved home with my parents. June 2nd was my last day at the salon. I was living in Asheville, North Carolina. And then I moved back with my parents in order to, you know, kind of figure out life right now. They're helping me out. So when I moved back, typically before coming from a place of pain and suffering, I am very codependent, or was very codependent with my family. We're extremely close. So I would run to, and it'd be like, I screwed up, save me, you know? So this time it was coming from a different place. It was coming from a place of peace and success, really. I had the best job that I've ever had in my life down south. And I chose to pick up, sell all my shit. Am I allowed to sell all my stuff?
You are now.
Even up to the Philly girl. All my stuff. And pick up and move back home, move back to, you know, some people, places, and things that used to remind me of not so great times of my life. But it was coming from a different place of, you know, success and peace and inner calmness. And it was kind of like down there, I grew an inner peace, you know, and self-love. So I lived alone, and I did not feel lonely at all, you know, but then that inner peace now is transportable. So I can bring it wherever I go. So just because the Northeast up here, if you're not familiar, is like, I mean, it's very high energy, very crazy. It's like kind of where I belong. But there is this inner calmness to me that I understand now that I have an introvert. That, you know, I'm extroverted out there, but then when I come home and I settle down, there's a huge introvert to me that I definitely appreciate and embrace. So yes. Going from, you know, super like pain, suffering, on the verge of dying, I moved down south and you know, get into recovery. And that was amazing for me. Now, starting this, it was, I have to say, I'd be lying if I didn't say that it was extremely uncomfortable because it was very unfamiliar for me. So, and there's only growth in that, you know? So having the mentorship here that I have, as well as in my recovery, to get me through that, because I didn't know what to do with my insides. I'm used to, and everybody knows, you don't have to be an addict to understand this. Everybody has a coping mechanism, right? So it might be shopping, spending money, gambling, sex. It could be eating. Everybody has an eating disorder. Everybody has distorted eating, you know? You know what it feels like to feel like down and out, and you just want to grab a cup of ice cream or whatever your glitch is, you know, your niche. So people understand to get out of self. We all do it as humans. In this, I couldn't. I didn't have anything. Like, it was like, okay, seek out those healthy things like meditation, go for a walk, you know, like go play with somebody else's dog. I didn't have my own at the time, you know, but something to get out of self that is actually healthy for you. Read a book, write, do the dishes. I don't care what it is, you know, something to distract yourself from wanting to do, wanting this to keep going and going and going. Because we'll let it, you know. Distraction. If you just sit and draw a picture or like, you know, color, it'll help. So yes, that transition, it's taught me you can do it in a healthy way.
That's cool. I really liked your analogy, or not analogy, but your statement about the positive attitude, and that's transportable. You know, once you get that peace, that inner peace, sorry, and how that's transportable wherever you go. I love that. That is awesome. So we've been talking a lot about, you know, mindset, personal growth, that sort of thing. I want to shift gears just a little bit and talk about kind of the technical side of it. Okay. So earlier you said you didn't have any idea about affiliate marketing. You didn't even know what affiliate marketing is. And so, you know, being in the hair industry, you might not have built too many websites in that industry. I don't know, maybe you did. But can you tell us a little bit about kind of where you were when you first came to the SFM on the technical side, and how you've perceived that growth, that change, what you've learned? You know, has it been arduous? Has it been easy? Have there been, you know, hurdles along the way, but then you look back and that wasn't so bad? Just give us an idea of what that was like for you.
In the beginning, I think that I wanted to slam my head on the computer like every single night. You know what I mean? I use the right side of my brain. You know, I'm creative. I have like an artistic mind. I see colors and shapes, right? And it's all abstract and everything. And then it's like logical, you know, and I'm not like that. So, or I didn't think that I was, okay? But it's really like hand-holding when somebody like walks you through, do this, do that, do this. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And more importantly, it's your mindset. It really all goes back to what you think you're capable of. Because all of us entrepreneurs don't know shit. Sorry that I keep cursing. We don't know how to do this kind of stuff. You know, not everybody is like engineers or software people or whatever. You can Google anything. If you have a question, Google it. Google answers all of your questions. So now my realm in the outside world, when I'm not behind here, I fix things. I figure things out. I think it's so fun. So like if my mom or dad has a question about something and I'm like, oh, I'll figure it out. I don't know how to do it. They're like, how'd you know how to do that? I don't know. I Google it. Google's or I ask somebody. We're just more resourceful. So if you don't know how to do something, ask. And it's easy. It's all, you're not going to break the computer. You're not going to break the internet. You know, I'm not Kim Kardashian, right? Isn't there a thing about that?
Although I think I've tried.
If you try it, you're not, you know, I don't know, just get resourceful is really what it is.
That is so
Great.
Absolutely spot on. It's one of the single biggest things that stops people when they start this journey. It's like they think, oh, I don't know how to do that. They get that overwhelmed, they get frustrated, and then they give up. But like, you know, Google, YouTube, like you say, there's everything you could possibly want to find out is out there. And it's literally just a mindset of thinking, okay, I can figure this out. You know, if I don't know how to do it, that's cool. Because at the end of the day, everything happens outside of our comfort zone. If we want to do something we've never done, we've got to become someone we've never been. And you can't do that comfortably. You know, you've got to change, you've got to push yourself, you've got to break outside of what you currently know. So Jack, your attitude coming into this, I just love it. It's so perfect. It's awesome. So, okay, with that in mind then, obviously I think we can all feel from the way that you're approaching this that you're going to go far in this business, right?
100%, yes.
Where would you see yourself, Jaclyn, 3 years from now, if you had to kind of describe what she looks like? You know, how would you describe her?
I'm bringing all this energy on stage.
Awesome.
100%.
Cool.
I want to spread it to other people, you know? So it's not like, I think that, it was funny, before this call, I was thinking just about like other people's mindsets of like going to the typical 9-to-5 job, right? And how to get somebody out of that mindset, right? What are you good at? You know, like I know that I'm good at hair. My whole life I thought I'm good at hair. I am really good at this. Like just giving energy away, you know? And so you could be really good at working on cars. You could be really good at, I don't know, writing poems, right? Something that you're just really good and really passionate about, and then learn how to put it on the internet. That's all. We overcomplicate it. 7 months ago, I did overcomplicate the crap out of this. I thought I had to sell somebody else's product. I thought that I had to be like pitchy. I thought that marketing, like I'm not really good at. I market myself every single day when I have a conversation with somebody. You know, I'm not even selling anything. You know, I'm just like, just talking, and then you build a trust, you build a relationship, and then they trust you in whatever it is that you're doing, you know? I'm gonna be dog sitting soon, and then people are gonna be welcoming me into their homes to watch their animals and stay overnight, right? That's not normally what you would do to a typical stranger. You know, think about when Uber started. You get in the car with a stranger, or like Airbnb, you know, like you're staying at a stranger's house, you know. But with the internet, and you can see somebody else's energy, I think that there's a slew of things that you can do. I think that it all starts with getting in touch with what you really are passionate about and what you really enjoy doing. What are you, only you know your gifts and talents, right? So, and how can you get that out there? And eventually, yes, you will make money doing it. It will come to you. But if that's your main thing, then good luck. That's all. I'll just stick with that. I have other things to say, but I won't.
Well, I think that's a great point, and you summed it up so well right there. That, you know, getting people out of their 9-to-5 mindset, kind of waking them up, if you will, to other options that are out there, and helping them realize that it isn't so hard. It's not this crazy difficult thing, and, you know, being yourself, building those relationships, that's really the key, you know, and, you know, giving away energy. I want to see you on stage. That's going to be awesome. I think you can do a backflip.
Backflips, well, maybe. I thought about that too. We had a member in the community who taught himself how to do a backflip, right? He's going to be a ninja. And I'm like, wonder if I can show him up. But maybe a cartwheel or a round off.
Right. We're going to start having tumbling runs at the event.
Yes, but I do see and you know what? That's something that I envision. However, I'm okay if that doesn't happen as well, because I right now have no clue what's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm not some gaga, like, but I do just go with life, you know? So I typically used to be very, if I have 100 things on my list of things to do and I only get 99 done, I'm going to focus on that 100 things I didn't do. Now it's not the end of the world. You know, I give myself realistic goals. And I think that this is so cliche. I mean, you guys have heard it, but we definitely overestimate what we can do in a year, and we underestimate what we can do in 5. So I take that day by day. Yesterday, I was starting to get a little annoyed with myself because I had 1,000 things to do, and I was like, you know, checking them off. And I got towards the end, and I knew that I wasn't going to get some things done, and I was like, just breathe. Everything happens exactly how it's going to, and I have no control over it, you know? So is my goal to be like on stage, like giving my energy away? Yeah, but I might be married with kids and be happy that way too, you know, and be at home being a fabulous mother and making videos and putting it on the internet. And that might be my life in 3 years, but I'm just really excited to see, you know, what life has for me.
That's amazing. Jack, this has been brilliant. And I think, final question that I'm thinking, I don't know if Steve might have any final questions afterwards, but if you had to give some advice to Jaclyn 5 years ago, right? What would you say to Jack 5 years ago?
5 years ago. So I'm 28 years old. Oh my God. Wait, do you want like the real version? Because I want to rip her a new one. I'm going to tell her to get her shit together.
We want the real version. If you're cool with it, authentic, real version every time.
No, that's my ego talking. Get your things together and let's go. Honestly, I was very, very hurt. I was in a terrible place, mentally. I was holding on to a lot of things from the past. So just treat your body exactly how it was given to you. I believe in God and I believe in the universe. And I don't think that he would give me this vehicle to get my way, to get around. And I mean, I'm fortunate. I have all of these. I have everything, you know, and I don't think that God would give that to me in order, you know, to destroy it. Also to get it. I would tell myself 5 years ago, meditate. You think that you can't like just do it every day for just 10 minutes, just put it on. Who cares if your mind goes? Eventually eventually it'll start sinking, you know, and eventually 10 minutes might turn into 30. Some days I want to meditate all day because I don't want to deal with life, you know, just to calm my mind and to hang around with people that are like-minded. You know, when you open yourself up, you can feel other people's energy. Do you ever walk into a room and you just get that, like you almost can't breathe? Mine sits in my chest and in my stomach sometimes, and you just get that ill feeling. Walk away. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You don't have to tell anybody why or whatever. Just walk away. You get that gut feeling, that is an intuition. It's telling you something. When you get awesome, good juju from people, stay there. That's what I want to tell myself. Stay with those people, because I was not hanging out with anybody that was doing my life any justice. So, and that one day everything will be okay. And that, you know, I'll be on here with a smile on my face, talking to awesome people. So, just to keep my head up.
That's awesome. Well, I think that's probably a great place to wrap up, because on that positive message, keep your head up. Everything's going to be okay. You know, I don't think there's a better place to tie it up than right there. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage. I think it's going to be terrific when you get there. And Dan, thanks as always for being co-host here. Wonderful time. And we'll
Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. It's a pleasure. And we'll see everybody next week when we've got another great guest.
Awesome. See ya.
See you soon.